Hello and welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about Army of the Dead. Now, I did a trailer reaction to the Army of the Dead feature trailer, actually, which dropped yesterday. And I was excited at the start. And then you could see me, I guess, notably drop a little bit when it started to confirm things from the leaked script was still sort of in this movie. So today, I want to actually show you some elements of that leaked script. I'm going to actually show you the leaked script. We're going to read bits of it, and you'll see why I was like, I'll give it a chance, but the leaked script wasn't so good. We'll see. Now, I know there'll be lots of people who will, vehemently defend Zack Snyder regardless. I get that. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. The script actually isn't written by Zack Snyder. It's written by someone else from a story by Zack Snyder. So the core story looks to be the same, but there'll be sort of sub-elements which could have been removed, hopefully. And I said in my trailer reaction, I was like, hopefully they're not going to have the zombies essentially having, procreating with humans, which is what the leaked script is, which is awful. So we'll see that. But I wanted to identify this first, which is actually Zack Snyder has explained the smart zombies and potential sequel plans, because this is a good backdrop for what we're going to talk about with the leaked script, basically. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. Ladies and gents, as you may know, I have been selling a Blu-ray of my film Black Fields. Now, with respect to the Blu-ray, you do have the film on it, Black Fields. You do have the prequel film, Bjorn and Frida. But you also have an hour-long making-of documentary, the soundtrack. You have concept art, production stills, quite a lot of stuff, actually. So you'll find that link down below. We're doing a bulk order, and I believe there's about 20 left of that bulk order, because they are made to order, basically. So if you want to be in for grabbing one of the first batches, check it out down below. There's a link to my website. But anyway, let's dive into this now, right? So, essentially, Zack Snyder had a Q&A, which followed the trailer's debut yesterday, which I think is really, really good of him, actually, and can't knock Zack for his fan interaction. He really does interact with the fan base, and that's cool. Who can knock that? No matter what you think of Zack Snyder, no matter what you think of his movies, that's cool. That's really, really cool. So, he explained the different classes of zombies in his film. We have two different categories of zombies in the movie. Alphas and then normal shamblers. If you see a zombie movie, normal shamblers, it's like a normal zombie. They kind of move slowly, and then our alphas, which are an evolved version of zombies, and zombies that have taken another step, and they're fast, and we kind of treat them kind of like almost like wolves, or like they're sentient. You know what I mean? They fight in packs, and they kind of have a pack mentality. Now, that's really important. Keep that in mind, ladies and gents. Keep the, how to say it? Keep the sort of evolutionary aspect and the sentient aspect in mind when we go through this script in a moment. And then he was asked about, essentially, prequel, sequel plans, because we know that we're getting a live-action prequel for this movie, which is weird, because you would have thought his other movie would have been the prequel, but perhaps not. And then we're getting an anime spin-off, but he was asked about a sequel, basically. And he said, well, absolutely. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I don't think that's like a thing. Suffice it to say that, yes, I'm very excited. If it were possible, or if anyone was interested in it to continue the adventures of this world, will be fun. So basically, he's like, hey, look, if there's a lot of positivity, I'm game for coming back. I'm absolutely 100%. Why not? And that's fine. Okay. Now let's get to the leaked script. Now you guys might think, why is it called Army of the Dead? Right? Now in the trailer, you get a vibe of that. You get a vibe of why it's called Army of the Dead. Right? Now in the trailer, there's some key scenes of people being dragged off, isn't there? Not killed, but dragged off. So here is the leaked script. Okay? Now, if we go all the way to the top, this one was actually written by Joby Harold. based on an original story by Zack Snyder. And this is old. Like, this is actually really, really old. Which does really surprise me as to why certain elements are still there. This is a first draft, August 19th, 2007. But this isn't where we want to get to and specifically read. We want to get to this bit. Okay? This bit is essentially where all of our people are sat around and they're listening to someone that's been dragged off. Okay? So they've been dragged off. Interior control room, casino, Sahara night. Cruz, Kate and Scott burst in to find Reggie with his radio. He has it hooked up to the boombox, using it for playback. Hey, what's the emergency? Lucy's radio kept transmitting. She's regained consciousness. Listen. Remember, evolution, alphas, different zombies, sentient, right? Remember all of that. We hear the sound of Lucy coughing, coming to, groggy. Hello? Can anyone hear me? Where is she? I don't know, just listen. We hear the sound of a beeping, a distinctive high-pitched whine, familiar, like that found on a tracking ankle, or anklet. What the F is that noise? Oh no, please no. As the beeping sound gets closer and closer, we hear an awful, low zombie moan. And then Lucy screams for her life. No, you stay away from me. You stay the F away from me. And then static. The transmission ends. That's all we got. What the hell was it? I don't know. But this shit's getting weirder and weirder, right? Now this is where I started to think, okay, I think maybe some elements of this is being crossed over into Army of the Dead, the Netflix one. So Doc goes, guys, I need everyone to meet me in the casino right now. Now, we've seen all of this. It's the same setting. It's the casino, whatever. Cruz stands about to go when he suddenly sees one of the monitors labelled main vault. Cruz, what are you doing? As Cruz stares at the image of the vault, distant. Come on, man, let's go. Scott, Cruz, and Kate hurry in, joining Doc as they gather around the specimens laid out on the blackjack tables. What? What is it? Doc motions to the child zombie. It has been dissected. Her skin, her organs, all intact. No decomposition of any kind. She was alive when we killed her. She was still living and breathing. Scott, what? So she's human? No. The tendons, the dopamine gland, they're all different. So what the F is it? Something new. Some kind of hybrid. They all look at each other in disbelief. If I had to guess, I'd say they're crossbreeding, impregnating survivors using their wombs. And this is where, like, fucking the ship has jumped the shark, seriously. Oh, this is some effed up shit. Reggie, keep your eyes on the other monitors. Stop watching us. So Kate says it's the Luxor. Lucy said they tried taking her there before. Off the docks. Look, that's where they look. That's where they took her. That's where they're keeping them. Then that's the hive, which we have seen. There's a scene in the trailer where they're all clearly congregating around one area. Now, I can't remember the trailer specifically if there is the hive or not, or the Luxor or whatever. So Scott says, guess now we know what happened to all the women. Oh, come on. You really think they're out there raping women? Motioning to the kid zombie. Look at it. It's got to be 6 years old. It wasn't just born. See the bones? Here. The scarring. Those are stress fractures. Those grew in weeks. I'd be surprised if she's more than 5 months old. Wait. You're talking about some kind of accelerated growth. In a couple of years' time, I'm betting she'd be fully grown. This is insane. Is it? They know they're rotting. They know they're going to die. Crossbreeding protects the species. They're just adapting. It's evolution. They could have grown thousands of these things by now. Jesus. They're creating an army. Ba-dum-tsh, Army of the Dead. Yeah, so there you go, ladies and gents. There you go. That's kind of it, really. That's why I was a bit like, oh no. It looks like they're keeping a lot of those elements in there. And it, like, the script's not terrible, but it does have some very odd elements. I mean, like I said, like zombies raping women, it's a very odd element. You know, some people will like it, I'm sure. But overall, the script was not particularly great. But this is a really, really old script. But this is an original idea by Zack Snyder, so it's dependent if he's had a major rewrite and someone majorly changing his story or not. But anyway, let me know what you think down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Cheers. Take care.